Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Olivia. I have my own production business called Olivia Grant Creative, and today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips on how to succeed on a videography set. So the first one is to always bring your headphones. Oh, they're backwards. Headphones are one of the most important things, in my opinion, that you can bring on set because audio is so freaking important. There have been so many times where I have not brought my headphones and I get back to my computer after a shoot and the audio is all wonky. And all of this could have been avoided if I had brought my headphones to set. Alas, I did not. I just plug them into whatever I'm recording sound on and keep them on my ears so that I can always hear what's going on with the audio, and then you don't have any surprises. My next tip is to be a leader on set. You are in control of that shoot. So if you have your headphones in and you hear something wonky happening with the sound, if you forgot to turn on a microphone, if there's something weird happening on your monitor, you are in charge. You can say stop, you can say we need to start over. You are in charge of what is happening on that set. I know it might feel embarrassing, or you might not want to admit that you made a mistake, or you might feel like someone might think that you're an amateur for having to start over. That's not the case. People are going to respect the fact that you want perfection and you want the best possible quality, even if that means you have to do another take of something. It's so important to take charge, take a stand, and take leadership on set, and it's only going to make you look better and your final product look better. Bring lens cleaning equipment and sensor cleaning equipment. I have come home from shoots that I thought went so perfectly, and I put my SD card into the computer and I'm so excited to look at my footage that I just crushed, and there it is, a speck of dust on the lens that I didn't notice. Between each interview that you do for a client, between each shot that you do, check your lenses. Check your lenses for dust, and take the time every hour, half hour or so to make sure that you're cleaning your lenses. I really like these nice lens wipes. They're really good. They quickly clean off your lens and it doesn't leave any cast behind, and it's very quick to dry, so you're not wasting any time. I don't have it with me right now, but bring an air blower for your sensor. Your sensor is, my sensor at least, because I have a Sony a7 Mark III, is usually the culprit for dust. Curse. And if you're desperate, like I said, you're in charge of your set. If you see some sort of dust on your lens and you need to stop, you say stop, because you want your product to be perfect. And so, for your sensor, I have these full frame sensor cleaning kit swabs that I got off of Amazon, and they're just a great way to clean your sensor from any dust. And it comes with some solution as well. Be sure you're always checking your lens, your sensors for dust, because there's nothing worse than a shot that was so beautiful that has a speck of dust that you can't fix. You don't want that. You don't want to come home to that. That's just not a good feeling, and they're really hard to edit out. My 4th tip is to be as prepared as possible. And what I mean by that is to plan out your shoots before. I always like to sit down with a client before a shoot and talk about what they want, what some details are, plan out a shot list, maybe do some storyboarding, so that you know what you're getting into before you're going, and you know what equipment that you need to bring and what stuff that you can leave behind so you can lighten your load. If you have a chance to see the location before the shoot, I really highly recommend that. That way you can plan your lighting a little bit, because lighting is another huge important part of a shoot, just like audio. So if you can plan that and see what you're working with, then you will feel so much better the day before, or the day of the shoot. A really good example of this for me was I shot a graduation because They wanted to do a whole graduation film that the seniors could watch from a distance, kind of like a drive-in during the pandemic, because they couldn't have a real graduation ceremony. So I went to the location of the graduation a day before. It was outside, and it was in this gazebo. And I brought a friend with me, and we shot the graduation path. I played with all different lighting, and I played with audio, so I knew exactly what I was getting into so that I wasn't flustered or overwhelmed on the day of the shoot, so that I could have a clear mind to be a leader on set and to really make the best product possible. If you have the chance to go to the place before, highly recommend. And if you can sit down with your client and plan shoots ahead of time, it is a game changer. My last tip is, in my opinion, the most important tip, and that's that your attitude is everything. Your attitude on set is absolutely everything. If you're flustered, if you're a pain in the butt, if you are hard to work with, if you're in a bad mood, if you're demanding, or if you're not very nice to your client, I don't care how good your product is. You could be the best dang videographer in all of New York. You could be #1. And your product could be beautiful and HD and cinematic and all that crazy buzzword stuff. But if your attitude sucks, then they're not gonna hire you again. But if you're fun, if you're accommodating, if you are kind and you communicate with your clients throughout the process and you're easy to get in touch with, then they're gonna come running back, or they're going to recommend you to other people in your area, and you're gonna get more business. Your attitude and the way that you interact with your clients, that client relationship, is just as important, if not more, than the final product. Because if they like you and you have a great product, then that's a match made in heaven, and you'll get hired again, word of mouth will spread, and you'll be unstoppable. Those are my 5 tips for succeeding on set. I hope that you enjoyed the video. There are so many more tips that I could share with you, but these, in my opinion, are the most important, and ones that I'm constantly reminding myself before I go on client shoots. So I hope you learned something. Keep creating, and have a lovely day.